Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg on the hot seat today. Later today, he will begin testifying before a joint Senate committee. He'll have to answer for his company's privacy policies, particularly that Cambridge Analytica fiasco and Russia's ongoing efforts to use his platform to disrupt our democracy.
In the meantime, the question many of us have on our minds this morning is how do we protect our information? And joining us to help us sort it all out is Mana Ionescu. Thank you so much. You're from Lightspan Digital Marketing. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
So, you know, a lot of us got this Facebook message. I got mine
got
today,
yours,
and
yeah.
I was hit in that whole thing, and it's a little confusing on how to figure out how to do this. So tell us really quickly, this is important for people to pay attention, to go in there and look at these apps.
Yeah, but did you read until the end on your notification?
Why? No, I was during the show, so I don't know.
If you read all the way to the bottom, it says that a small percentage of people may have shared other information, like pictures that you shared with your friends on the wall.
I didn't see that part.
And so on. You have to scroll all the way to the bottom of the, the second page of the notification.
Yeah, this is on, Mana, this is on the news feed. I think it's important, folks, you know, go to your Facebook page. Now, the image you're looking at on the left, this is if you were not hit, and it's much shorter. If you go to the right, that's the one you're referring to, where they go a little more in-depth about what happened. I know there are a lot of concerns about Cambridge Analytica, Mana, but this is not just that company. Just over the weekend, Facebook booted a company called CubeU and another one called Aggregate IQ, I guess for doing a similar thing, harvesting our information. So I think this morning a lot of folks are waking up going, is there anything I can do to wipe away some of that information that I've put out there, whether it be images of my children, some other sensitive issues that they don't want other people to see? Can you do that?
You can, in some cases. You can download the file that shows everything that Facebook has on you. And then you can go in and try to delete things that you've posted in the past. You can also go to the apps that you've given permission to and actually find those companies and ask that they remove the information that they've taken out of Facebook and stored in their systems.
That is just a lot of work.
It is. It is.
Do they have to do it if you make that request?
They do, yeah.
That's important to note.
They would have to do it, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so, and then other things to look into is, a pet peeve of mine is that so many of us share pictures of our children online.
Right.
So even without an app, even without a security breach, we ourselves are guilty of sharing information that, in the case of a minor, they may not have, they may be too young to give us permission. So what I advise parents to do is to be a little bit more careful about what they share, because we share where they go to school, activities that they're in, so much information, and they're too young to say no. And if you do want to share that for friends and family, set a deadline for it. Like, I'll post this and in 2 months I'm going to delete it.
Well, I think for a lot of people, we want to share this information and we don't think about what we put out there. Do you have to reach out to individually these apps that you're saying and contact them and say, you know, this is not working out for me, you got to take this off? And how do you move forward with that? How do you make sure? This is kind of like you're on your own, or do you hire an attorney?
Well, you would have to reach out individually. However, you have to consider that some of these apps are not collecting any more information than you would give a platform when you sign up, right? When you sign up for a service, you give your email address, your first name, your last name, in many cases your address. A lot of these apps, what they're collecting is first name, last name, email address, and maybe your picture. Wow. And not that much more. So it's important to take this with a grain of salt. Look through the apps you give access to, look and see what information they have access to. If it's nothing more than just those pieces of data, you don't need to go further than that.
Got to cut it off there, except to say I would imagine we're going to be talking about this a lot in the days and months ahead. Mana, thanks so much again for coming in. Appreciate that.